the faces of Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, even George W. Bush. It was, oh my God, this man is a revolutionary. He's going to cancel everything that we did.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute.
It was the greatest comeback in American presidential history.
Did everybody hear my speech? Did you like my speech?
Unlike 2017, there is no demonstration, so he's won over or defeated most of his opponents. By that I mean the tech lords. That picture of Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Mark Andreessen, Elon Musk sitting next to him. Trump was left under a cloud of anger and invective, but he never lost his mega base. Biden has no base, no defenders. He had a sad presidency and he exited even more sadly. And I don't know what his intentions were, but he gave Trump credence of all the things he'd said. Trump had said, as many of us, that Joe Biden would wait to the very last minutes before pardoning his family. And he waited until Trump was actually giving his address right before he was going to be sworn in.
You know, did you know that Biden, while I was making my speech, pardoned his whole family?
He just took away all the arguments, because these were not pardons, remember, of the traditional sense. We've only done this once in our history, given a preemptive pardon for crimes not noticed or never charged. We only did that with Gerald Ford's pardon of Richard Nixon. So that the left had been screaming and yelling in 2007 that Trump had talked about that for the January 6th, but then he didn't. So they were just totally embarrassed, shocked. They were hypocritical. They said, well, you know, maybe it was okay for Biden, but it wasn't for Trump. And then, of course, they greenlighted Trump's own pardons of the J6 people. And it just brought to the fore that he had no defenders, because he had vociferously criticized the way he was deposed. The Obamas, he said, were in on it. Jill Biden blamed Pelosi. He blamed Barack and Schumer. And so there was no constituency left. He left the presidency as a solitary figure.
approximately 1,500 people. Six commutations.
But this was it was a blueprint of attack. He went through all of the things, from DEI to energy to the border to crime, and he promised, he said, we're going to end illegal immigration. We're going to end this misinterpretation of the 14th Amendment on anchor babies. We're going to end catch and release. It was very detailed, but it was a plan of attack we haven't heard. And you could see the faces of our former presidents. It wasn't just that he bitterly attacked Joe Biden and by association blamed the Clinton-Obama record, but when they heard what he was detailing and promising, the faces of Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, even George W. Bush, it was, oh my God, this man is a revolutionary. He's going to cancel everything that we did.
We will not be broken, and we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation.
It was pretty shocking, and everybody thought he would hold back. But he doesn't play by the Marquis of Queensberry rules. His view of the world is these people are pretty nasty people, and under the guise of sober and judicious language, they tried to impeach. They did impeach me twice. They tried to get me off the ballot. They waged lawfare in 5 different jurisdictions against me. They're not nice people, and I'm not going to play by their rules of it, and I'm just going to call them out for what they were.
We will dream boldly, and nothing will stand in our way, because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you all. Thank you.
Well, nobody really knew what he was going to say, so that got a lot. That was, even though he didn't attack people personally, it got a lot more criticism because that was the first formal outline of the MAGA agenda, and that galvanized people to oppose him. But now, when he reiterated many of those points, it wasn't so abstract, and it was detailed. And the subtext was, when he gave that speech, he didn't know anything about Washington. That was his own confession. So when he came in, everybody rushed to him and said, "You don't know what you're doing. We're the Republican hierarchy. You need a Rex Tillerson, CEO at State. You need a Jim Mattis at Defense. You need John Kelly at all these people." And their attitude toward Trump was, whatever directive that he issues, I'm going to interpret it as what I think is best. And in some cases, maybe I'll help him and transfer it into bureaucraties. But in many cases, I'm just going to thwart it. So it didn't happen the way he thought it would happen, the MAGA agenda. This time, every single cabinet, all 13 appointments, everybody from the NIH to the FBI, the first requisite is, are you loyal to the president, and does he have to worry about you subverting his agenda like last time? And the answer is no, we're all force multipliers. So when they heard that speech, they kind of got scared because they thought, you know what, this is what Kash Patel and Pete Hegseth and Pound Bondi and Marco Rubio and Jay Bhattacharya, that's what they're going to do. And now they know how to do it, and there's no opposition, interior opposition. There's nothing left, and Joe Biden has discredited the opposition. And even the Obamas, who were very prominent in this weird surrogate presidency where they kind of operated the gears and levers of the Biden administration, where he was a waxen effigy, they've been discredited. They put their political capital out on the campaign trail and were refuted. So I don't see any institutional resistance that's going to materialize because Trump is onto them. And I don't see any Democratic, I mean, it's there, but they don't have any strong leaders. There's no leader of the Democratic Party to galvanize them.
Trump's 2017 inaugural address, the famous American Carnage speech, was a blunt warning. He condemned the Washington establishment for decades of decline, yet spoke in broad terms, avoiding personal attacks. His tone was restrained but populist, promising economic revival, stronger trade, and jobs returning to American soil. By 2025, the message had evolved. Trump now blended optimism for a golden age with unapologetic directness, holding the Biden administration responsible for inflation, open borders, and failed crisis management. Unlike 2017's general criticism, he called out names, from Nancy Pelosi to entrenched elites, showing a new, fearless edge. Policy also shifted. In 2017, goals were outlined but left vague. In 2025, Trump announced bold action on day one, declaring national emergencies on immigration and energy, targeting cartels, and reversing divisive diversity mandates. This was not rhetoric. It was an immediate agenda. His personal story had transformed as well. In 2017, he stood as a champion of the people. In 2025, he spoke as a leader with a providential mission, embracing his survival of the Butler attempt as proof of destiny. The question now is simple. Which version of Trump does America need? The cautious outsider of 2017 or the relentless fighter of 2025?